Welcome back, Fun Fam, and if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to Follow the Bradley's Fun. This is the Daily Edition. My name is Ron E. Bradley. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day, morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, late evening, whenever you happen to be watching, wherever you are in the world. If you're watching the replay, do please click that like button. If you're watching it live, also please click that like button on the way in. But if you're watching the replay, hopefully you fast forwarded it to this point, because this is where the show begins. And thank you all for being here today. Speaking of today, as of the recording of this second day of April 2025, it is no longer April Fool's Day, and so it's unfortunate that we have to cover news which, could have easily been mistaken as an April Fool's joke yesterday, because sometimes these things happen and they are false flags. But unfortunately, we are covering the passing and honoring the life of Mr. Val Kilmer, great actor. Really enjoyed, when he was very, very active in his career. I don't think there's anything that he put out that I didn't like him in. The Doors movie, fantastic. So yeah, we'll be talking about him in a little bit, and we've got some other things along the way. But first of all, I wanted to thank every single one of you for being here today and clicking like on the stream. Let me check my volume, by the way. Check. Seems okay. Seems okay from what I can tell. From what I can tell, it seems all right. Who else is drinking the morning energy cup of whatever it is that you are getting your energy from? I've got my Captain America mug. Can't really see it from that side. I have to turn it around so you can see that it's supposed to be Captain America. But yeah, getting my energy going on. And even though I have this, yes, Dan, Man Mardigan was freaking great. Man Mardigan was amazing. And one of the reasons the TV show, I think, failed, obviously, you couldn't have Man Mardigan in it, but not unless they would have changed the actor, but whatever. Yeah. Wow. It's just, here we are. Thank you guys all for being here. This morning. We appreciate each and every one of you, especially when I have a late night like I did last night. It's not always easy to get up and to be here in the morning, but I know that I've got the best audience on YouTube, all of you waiting out there for this, and I appreciate it so much because, like the Transformers and the Autobots and the Decepticons need their Energon to survive. You are the Energon that makes this guy transform and roll out of bed in the morning to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy. This stuff's the greatest.
This stuff is the greatest, and you are the greatest audience on YouTube. Speaking of which, let's say hi to each and every one of you that have come in this morning so far. Let me see here. We have that service dog. Woof, woof. Good morning, beautiful people. I'm tending to a new chick this morning until some of her sisters hatch. So I get to sit and chill this AM. Though, it's so funny. I just read that comment, and you're not going to believe the first thing that popped into my mind when I read that comment. The first thing that popped into my mind when I read that comment was Friends, where they get the chick and the duck. That's because it's so funny that they lived. I almost feel bad for the actors when they had to do like the stuff with the chick and the duck, and Ross had the monkey, and that. I mean, not all of that stuff. They were somewhat gimmicks in the beginning of that show when they were trying to get that show to take off. They were funny the way they handled them, but I don't know that the show ever needed that stuff. But it was pretty hilarious. But I feel bad for the actors because having to deal with that stuff could not have been all that much fun. Snorta Poopus Q Burr is here. Hello, Snorta Poopus Q Burr. Hello, humans and other critters. Good to see you. And of course, this was me popping in here earlier. While you're waiting, click the like and good morning, y'all. And Jeremy Heath is here. Hello, hello. Morning, Q. Morning, Jeremy. Boop, 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 back and forth. And Jonathan Rubin. Good to see you in the house. Says, rest in peace, Iceman. It was tough to watch, but he wanted to honor fans with his cameo in Maverick. He was supposed to be in the Willow series, but they gave tribute to his character. Yeah. I unfortunately, I think I watched the first episode of the Willow series, and I was like, are they really doing what I think they're doing? Are they trying to ship girls? It was kind of gross to me. It was really kind of gross to me that they tried to ship girls into having a relationship in this what's supposed to be like a medieval fantasy thing. None of that belongs in there. Keep that fringe element stuff out and away. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Willow should have been about Willow, and it was not about Willow at all. The series, not the movie. The movie was great. The series, I mean, I couldn't watch any more of the series because I did not want the rest of that series to ruin the movie for me. And I like going back and watching the Willow movie every now and again because it's fun. It's a good movie. The series, I couldn't watch the series because it would have ruined the movie for me. That's probably why I have such an issue with Star Wars now, because the new Star Wars stuff is just ruining the old stuff for me. I'm like, good Lord, could you leave your fringe elements at the door? There is a festival in Orlando called the Fringe Festival, and it's called that for a reason, because the word it really does mean those things that exist on the fringes of society. Mainstream entertainment doesn't exist that way. Keep the fringe stuff in the fringe place, keep the mainstream in the mainstream place, and everybody's happy that way. Oh, Ruben, hello. Morning, everyone from Equus Heart. Dan's Life at the Kingdom says, good morning, everyone. So, who's the best pilot? Iceman. I always loved his thing that he did with his jaw. I can't do it the way he did it. Val Kilmer, because it wasn't just, he did it for like a lot of the characters that he had. He had this thing that he did with the jaw. And of course, I initially found Val in the movie Real Genius, which is absolutely hysterical and easy. It's an easy rewatch. It was one of those 1980s movies that just screams 1980s. And I love that movie. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Yes, rest in peace. Rest in peace. Morning, everyone. Jonathan Rubin says, yes. And then Izzo's Place. Izzo's Place. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Izzo. How you doing, buddy? Yes, Rip Val. It's true. He was excellent in Willow. Mad Mardigan. How's breakfast? Equus Hart says, my favorite Val Kilmer films are Willow, Ghost, and Ghost in the Darkness, and Prince of Egypt. I almost forgot that he was in Prince of Egypt, but yeah, Prince of Egypt is a really, really good retelling of the Moses story in animation, and has wonderful music in it. Matt Mardigan was so good. Next time you watch Willow, check out his teeth. They're gross when we first meet him by... Whoops. I just realized I'm going to lose the entire show here. I forgot that I had not plugged in my computer last night. Or I unplugged. The storm was so bad that I unplugged my computer just to make sure everything was safe. And I just now noticed my screen went dark, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot to plug my computer back in. Okay, there we go. Good. We're good to go now. Mad Mardigan was so good. Next time you watch Willow, check out his teeth. Yeah, I remember this. They're gross when we first meet them, but by the time Sasha falls for them, they look good. That's just how it works. That's movie magic. Good morning. Go and Shogi is here. Num num num. Hey, go. Hey, Snortopupus. Saying hi. And of course, Izzo gives me my Energon. Thank you for my Energon, buddy. I appreciate that. And my mom is here. Good morning, Mom. She's up and awake. And this says, whoops, this says, you were Superman yesterday doing what? 4 shows? You have a wonderful heart to support a lot around Disney in 24 hours. Yes. Tuesday is my busy days. I've done as many as 5 shows on Tuesday. Also put out a video last night. In case you didn't see it, please go check out the video that I put out last night. I am now putting out videos every single day. I don't have an exact time for them because right now I'm in that phase where I'm sort of playing catch up. Because what needs to happen, of course, is I need to get a video out, and then after I get that video out, have enough time to edit 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 more videos so I can put them in the hopper. And then I can start getting videos out at the same time every single day, which that part of it has not happened yet. So step 1 is getting videos out every single day. Step 2 is getting videos edited after I put the video out. And step 3, having them in the hopper, is figuring out exactly what time to put my videos out every single day and make sure that at least one video goes out in a regular time slot every single day. I am not sure exactly what that time slot will end up being. And as far as my vlog videos, when I have to edit a lot more on a vlog and have the space to do it, those videos will probably be going out on Saturdays and Sundays. I'll probably hold my vlogs for the weekend. Let's see. Snortopoopa is saying hi to my mom. Fun fact. When making Beauty and the Beast, they use Val Kilmer and Arnold Schwarzenegger as their inspiration. I did not know that. Thank you, Jeremy. Remember the red-haired baby at the end of the movie? Yes, that was Val Kilmer's daughter in the series, and her journey to find power to save the kingdom. But yeah, failed series. No, yeah. I kind of hope, like, that whole series, as far as I can tell, is completely scrubbed from Disney Plus. So there's a chance they could use it again. They got to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. It's Kathleen Kennedy. She is trying to. I swear, Kathleen Kennedy wants to ruin Star Wars. It's like she got put in charge of Star Wars, and I feel like she just wants to ruin it. It's weird. It's very, very weird. I've never seen anybody do to a franchise almost as if it's on purpose. Like, I can't. It's Star Wars is so bad. Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 were okay. And Rogue One was pretty good. But outside of that, man, that woman has really ruined Star Wars. I just don't see how you can ruin something that much without actually trying to ruin it. Kathleen stabbed Kennedy, not my mom, by the way. Stabbed Star Wars in the butt. Mark Hamill killed it for me. I can't root for Luke Skywalker anymore. Yeah, I mean, old Mark Hamill is not the same as young Mark Hamill, and he got sucked into the Hollywood left. The Hollywood left is the problem with the Hollywood left is they're so far left that they just can't fathom the thoughts of normal people. To them, their world, their extremely leftist view is normal to them, and they don't get that most of us aren't. It's not like being conservative or ultra conservative or any of that kind of stuff. And that's this whole hat, make Disney Waltz again, is the whole point of it. Is it's kind of funny because people get so triggered by a hat that simply says "Make America a Great Country Again." I mean, that's ridiculous. If you're triggered by that hat, there's something wrong with you. You scumwalker, boo! Boo! I say, boo! My least favorite is Batman Forever. Not mine. Mine is Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin is. Yeah, I didn't love Val Kilmer in the Batman role, but I like that they tried to put Batman and Robin together, and of course he didn't stay for the next movie, which is telling. He probably didn't have a very good time with the role on that set. Iceman, fantastic. Ghost in the Darkness rules. Bernard Hill is in it too. Val Kilmer has a. Are you talking about Planes? The Disney movie? I didn't know that. Willow and Tombstone. That's right. Tombstone. He was fantastic in. Is Tombstone directed by? There's one that is directed by Dean Cain's dad. I'm going to check that out real quick. Dean Cain. Tombstone movie. No, that's not the right one. No, it was the other one that came out at that time. What was it called? Young Guns. Yeah. So Tombstone and Young Guns were very, very similar movies. And Hollywood does this a lot, right? I'm trying to see. I think it was, Christopher Cain. So Dean Cain's dad directed Young Guns, and but it came out at this very similar timing with Tombstone. Willow and Tombstone were my favorite. Val improvised the tin cup twirling scene. Johnny Ringo never saw that one coming. Oh, can't have the love interest with bad teeth. Movie magic. Yes, indeed. She told Willow he never had any magic powers, and that broke him. Kathy was hands off Mando at first because she didn't think it would catch on. You can tell as she started to get more involved. She should have stayed hands off everything because everything she touches turns to, do. Man, it's like, it's really weird because she's early in her career. She was involved with so many things. My only thought with Kathleen Kennedy, I'm thinking that the whole time she had this feminist idealistic thing in her head going, one day I'm going to be the leader of something and I'm going to put all these ideas that I have and stuff. And with those thoughts, she never thought about the audience. She's only thinking about herself, which is why it's all junk. Mark Hamill literally turned into a Joker. Well, not a very good one. He more of just a clown. Hey, McKenna's in the house. Good to see you here, McKenna. Hello. That service dog, Val voiced God in Prince of Egypt to represent Moses' conscience. I did not realize that. That is something that he and I have in common. In a very, very short snippet in a movie with Kevin Sorbo, I play the voice of God. And I can't remember exactly what line I was given. It's probably in my phone somewhere still, what line I was given. But it was, it was one of those things where I had to sound like this as the voice of God. For Echo, I actually recorded it in my bathtub. Oh gosh, movie magic is funny. With Passover coming up, I loved the production of Prince of Egypt where he plays Moses. Jonathan, where are you going to do your Seder? Where will you be? I haven't been to a Passover Seder in years. Passover Seders are great because, man, good stuff. And I'm not Jewish, by the way. I just have a lot of Jewish friends, and I lived in Israel, so Passover Seders became a thing. The Bud Files are here. Good morning, Bud Files and Sue in the Bud Files. Jonathan Rubin. Look up the stage production of Prince of Egypt and hear him sing "Let My People Go." I could be married to a brain surgeon, but that doesn't mean I should run the hospital. Same for Kathy and Lucasfilm. I know. Good morning. Just got back from walking my dog. Good to see you, Andy W. Andy W. is in the house. Very good. I think I've said hi to just about everyone. And I want to say thank you so much for being here this morning. The first half of the show is really all about you and I having fun together, communicating, me saying hi, something weird going on with my computer. Come on. And then just trying to get my trying to get everything to work here. Let me tell you about the Spread Shop because there is a sale that started today on the Spread Shop. Follow the Bradley's Fun Spread Shop. We've got 10% off if you buy 3 products. Let's say you buy 3 products together, you get 10% off your whole deal. And that is going on today. So we've got the Make Disney Waltz Again, the hat that I'm wearing. You've got that line of merchandise. Then you've got the Fedora Finds line of merchandise. We'll take a look at one of those shirts and what that looks like. Let me see if I can put that up here with the color that I choose your own color of shirt, which is really cool. I love this dark gray. I got the light gray, and the light gray looks fine. I should have got the dark gray. I got to get that next time. But there is the Follow the Bradley's Fun Fedora Finds logo, the Fedora logo t-shirt. And then, of course, we also have... let me go back to all products. I'm a little stuck. I had a late night last night, so I got up a little bit late this morning, and it's bad enough when I get up on time. When I get up late, whoa, trying to wake up. And there is the Follow the Bradley's Fun family icon. That's what my hair should look like, by the way. There is a reason I'm growing out my hair right now. It is a kind of a personal thing. It's not religious or anything like that. It's just a personal, it's a goal type thing. But anyway, any of those types of things. And the reason I'm showing you those things is if anyone makes a purchase during the show, let me know so that we can celebrate it, because I like to celebrate all of you and all of the support that you guys give me every single day. Support just by being here, first of all, but then also any extra support, gifted memberships. By the way, we're at 64 members right now, still 11 shy of that 75. So we kind of need a day when I get about 15 gifted memberships or 15 new memberships all at the same time. Get over that hump, get to the 75, because I want to get you guys, especially you members, a new emoji, and we're going to start doing the members only live streams on the weekend. So I wanted we will start getting one a month members only live streams, and some of those will be special Q&A. As we get started with those, there'll be special Q&A sessions where you can just ask me about my ask me about my experiences, my life, the movies I've done, the shows I've been in, those types of things. We'll do a back and forth Q&A and some other fun things. So that's for members only. So we want to get more members of the channel. Definitely have the goal of getting at least up to 75 before the end of this month, April. If not, 100 would be great. And we want to go from there. We want to grow from there, but we celebrate all of you. So anytime somebody becomes a member of the channel, has a member milestone chat, or our gifted memberships, any of those drops, super chat, super things, super stickers, any of those types of things, or of course, anything purchased from the spread shop, you let me know. PayPal also maybe let me know, although I should get a notification for that, or any buy me a coffee. Any of those donations really, really help support everything else we are on the channel. Any of going to celebrate, and what does that celebration look like? This is what a celebration looks like. Let's celebrate. Oh yes, I love that music. That's fun music. I found that when I was doing the Trump celebration. Let me see here. I saw a couple other comments that I wanted to get to. McKenna says she just got a puppy. Congratulations, McKenna. And McKenna says that her puppy says hi. Reggie. Yeah, by the way, when I'm doing my Saturday, it's either going to be Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to do weekend live streams for members only. And those live streams, sorry, I had to finish my cuppa. The live streams that I do for members only, those will probably be the only place that I showcase my talent. Things like doing the different voices that I do, like whether it's Christopher Walken, perhaps, or they sliced along, maybe we'll do him a little bit. Of course, Arnold, we're going to talk about a little bit about Arnold Schwarzenegger and how he'll be back. Those types of things, and singing, and we'll have like when I'm doing the members only streams, it's really going to be for fun. I've done one before in the past. I had to erase it because it doesn't work on YouTube when I'm doing like karaoke singing and stuff. And if you're a member of the channel, you may have seen that live stream, but I will do more singing and all of that kind of stuff on my members only streams. And it's going to start out once a month, but as we have more members, I might do it even more often, or we might divide it up and do certain levels where if you're like at the highest level, then we do a members only live stream where you actually get to be on the panel with me or something like that. John says for his Seder this year is with a group of friends at a restaurant called The Bagel. And my birthday is April 14th, which is 2 days into Passover, so we'll also be celebrating my birthday after the Seder. Well, that's cool. Happy birthday, John. And yeah, hopefully that will be awesome. Pesach. Pesach is what I call it. Mostly because I celebrated Passover when I lived in. Well, no, I guess I didn't. I didn't celebrate Passover. I celebrated Yom Kippur when I was in Israel. But when I came back from Israel, I celebrated Pesach, and that's what I called it because I learned Hebrew a little bit. Arlene Navo, did you get my message, Arlene? Let me know in the chat if you got my message. I got your message on Facebook, and I sent you a message back. So, Arlene, let me know. If you haven't checked your messages on Facebook, check your messages on Facebook. I also sent you a friend request from my my regular private account. So, let me know if you got all that. And again, the goal on the show today, as an ad pops up on my phone, I have to look at my phone for certain things during the show. We have a goal of 5 super chats. Super chats are unique because that's the only thing that YouTube lets me set the goal for. So I think I have access to, is it discounted memberships, something like that, over at thatparkplace.com. I just remembered the other thing that I wanted to cover today, and I got to find the asset for it because there was something that I wanted to cover that that I just now remembered, and it's probably going to be the first thing that I cover. Because it is happening soon. I'm going to share some old news that is becoming relevant for a very, very important reason. And I don't think that it's April 3rd. Now, this would be very, very relevant. This would be very, very, very relevant if it were opening on the day that it was supposed to, which is tomorrow. But I think that it's not opening until May 29th. All right, so for our first story of the day, before I get to honoring Mr. Val Kilmer, which I definitely want to get to, first we got to share good news. The good news in Orlando is that coming this May, it was supposed to come tomorrow, April 3rd, but now it looks like it's been delayed a little bit until May, and that is that the Blue Man Group is coming back to Orlando. Yes, I'm excited for this. I've never seen Blue Man Group in person, not even when they were here and they lived here. They lived here. I lived here. Blue Man Group used to perform out at Universal City Walk area. They had a theater there. They performed. It was great. Well, they left, and now they're coming back, but they're not coming back to Universal City Walk. They are coming back to Icon Park, and Icon Park is very close to Epic Universe. It actually sits between Epic Universe and Universal, so it's very easy to get to if you're planning a trip to Epic Universe, Universal Studios Orlando, City Walk, any of those areas. You can get to Icon Park very easily and make Blue Man Group a part of your vacation. Let me put this on the screen. Icon Park. This is actually their own website talking about it. Blue is back, Orlando. Yes, indeed. Icon Park. There's the Blue Man Group appearing in front of what I still call the Orlando Eye, although I don't know if that changed. Blue Man Group, welcome to Orlando, celebrates with vibrant paint-filled groundbreaking. Yes, indeed. So this was September, way back in September 5th when the announcement was made. Orlando, September 5th, 2024, Blue Man Group announced today details of their return to Orlando with a paint-filled groundbreaking ceremony on the future site of their new home in Icon Park. Popular 20-acre entertainment destination of world-renowned attractions, dining, and nightlife located in Orlando's rapidly growing Universal Boulevard region. Yes, it's rapidly growing because that's exactly where Epic Universe is, just down the street from Icon Park. The three iconic Blue Men and Company executives from the global entertainment phenomenon kicked off development and shared details of their coming Orlando presence. In their uniquely energetic and colorful style, the Blue Men crashed the groundbreaking to announce that Blue is back with help from the destination's Mayor Jerry Demings and tourism officials. Blue Man Group is adding two new experiences to Icon Park, one for entertainment and one for retail, that will welcome visitors on opposite sides of its 20-acre footprint. The Blue Man Theater, Blue Man Group's new and custom-built 578-seat theater, will be built in entirety from the ground up and located at Icon Park's Universal Boulevard entrance. The theater will be specifically designed for Blue Man Group's multi-sensory performances through state-of-the-art audio, lighting, video, and technology. This is a new Orlando show. The new Orlando show will feature both new scenes and classic favorites. Blue Man Group's unique blend of high-energy live music, creative art, and comedic audience interactions will leave guests surprised, awed, and connected. The new theater is currently in development, anticipated to open late 2024. Well, that got delayed to April 3rd, which I think might actually be May 29th now, because that was the first day that I could find tickets for. But it is opening pretty much in conjunction with the opening of Epic Universe. So if you're coming here this year to see Epic Universe, you should be able to get tickets to Blue Man Group. Let's see. Blue Man Store on the opposite side of Icon Park, a new vibrant themed retail store, is also now open, adorned with colorful props and musical instruments from other Blue Man Group shows. The store is the perfect spot for photo ops and shopping for exclusive Blue Man merchandise finds. The new store is located between Blake Shelton's Old Red venue and Brother Jimmy's Barbecue in Icon Park. We could not be more excited about our new show in Orlando and our custom-built theater at Icon Park, said Jack Ken, managing director of Blue Man Group. Icon Park is the perfect fit for our new home, since we both share a passion for creating world-class entertainment, unique experiences, and bringing people together. Icon Park president and CEO Chris Jeskowitz leads Icon Park's growth strategy of recruiting quality live entertainment, attraction, and restaurant experiences. We have great attractions, restaurants, bars, live music, and we are thrilled that our first live show will be Blue Man Group, which is globally known and loved because it engages guests of all ages and nationalities with high energy entertainment with no language barrier. That is true. There's nothing about Blue Man Group that you need to speak a language for. It's all very sensory about Blue Man Group. Blue Man Group is a global entertainment phenomenon known for its award-winning theatrical productions, iconic characters, multiple creative explorations. The performances are euphoric celebrations of the human connection through art, music, comedy, and nonverbal communication. Since debuting at New York's Astor Palace Theater Since debuting at New York's Astor Place Theater in 1991, the live show has expanded to additional domestic residencies in Boston, Chicago, and Las Vegas, an international residency in Berlin, and multiple North American and world tours reaching more than 50 million people worldwide. Blue Man Group is universally appealing to a broad range of age groups and cultural backgrounds, and continually injected with new music, fresh stories, custom instruments, and sensory stimulating graphics. Blue Man Group is owned and operated by Cirque du Soleil Entertainment Group. For more information, please visit blueman.com. About Icon Park. So I'm not going to go into all of the Icon Park stuff, but basically all the things that are at Icon Park are Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, where actually they have a Walt Disney there in wax, which is interesting to sit by and stuff. They also have, hey, look at there's Aldo's journal. Hey, Aldo. Hi, oh, yes, I made it to alive. Yay. Do you have to pay to park at Icon? I have never had to pay to park. I don't, unless they changed it, parking is still free. Last time, they have a parking garage. So, yeah. But as far as I know, you do not have to pay to park at Icon Park. You have the wheel there with the Orlando Eye, big giant wheel. Takes about 45 minutes to go around one single turn. You got Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. You have the aquarium. I've been to all three of those, and they're continually adding new stuff. A lot of restaurants, a lot of shops around there. So it's a very, very fun place to visit. So if you were planning on coming here, or even if you're not, would you go see Blue Man Group? Is that, so comment below. Let me know, is Blue Man Group something that you would be interested in, especially if you were planning a vacation specifically to the Universal area? But even if you're planning a Disney vacation, would you go out of your way to see Blue Man Group? Is that something you're interested in? Is it something you're not interested? Let me know in the comments before you take off. Those little outros that I'm doing right now during the show is because I'm trying to cut a lot of this into video. And so as I do that, I will probably, you'll see, why is he talking about comments when we're doing a live show? Well, because I'm going to be using some of this material to cut into its own videos, because some people don't want to watch a live show and they don't want to watch the whole replay. It's very, very long, and I get that. So I'm doing the thing where I cut this into snippets so that people can come in for 8, 9, 10, 15 minutes, whatever however long the story takes, and just watch that. Because some people, that's the way we want to watch. And I'm trying to serve everybody, because like I always say, you're the greatest audience on YouTube. So I want to be the greatest form of news, commentary, entertainment, vlogs, everything for you. I'm doing my best and hopefully improving every day. I try to learn, I try to grow. Let's see. So we got Aldo's journals here. Welcome to our family time, our brotherly time, Aldo's journal. The Blue Man Group must be ancient by now. They've been around for ages. It's not the same people. I almost auditioned for Blue Man Group about 15 years ago. They were holding auditions. I was in really, really good shape. I considered auditioning for them, and then I realized that the kind of noise that they make is not the kind of show that I would want to do every single day. The hardest part for me about being a performer, when I was young, it was kind of okay, but nowadays I think about it and it's like, I don't want to have to rehearse for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks to then put on a show that we do much fewer times than the rehearsal time takes up. But even then, you're doing 4, 5, 6 shows or repeated or whatever, and it's the same thing. And it's not my desire to entertain has always been around, but it changes over time. So I don't like doing rehearsed shows anymore. And the way I figured out is I got cast in one a few years ago. I was cast as the lead in a show, and I ended up not taking the part when I started to think about all of the time commitment and driving back and forth and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have grown past that stage of my life. I am not desperate to perform in that way. When you're young and you are an entertainer, you're kind of desperate to do anything anybody will throw at you. And I've done a lot of it. And so I'm done with most of it. And that's why I've ended up here on YouTube, where I can I can customize what I do to what you want. Customization. And I love you guys for that. And I appreciate that. And um, that's why it is that I love celebrating you every chance that I get with a celebration that looks a little bit like this.
Is it too much? Too much? It's the birthday!
Oh, this is just the best of my scene. Celebration time. Always a good time to celebrate. Indeed. Although I have some guidance, I may not have a boss, but WDW Pro is very, very helpful for the guidance for sure. And I know you guys don't know exactly what he looks like, but what I can tell you about WDW Pro is he is one of the most honest and honorable men that I have ever met in my life. He is a great, great gentleman, and I absolutely appreciate Pro and everything that he's doing as far as trying to make entertainment great again, right? I mean, that's really what we're trying to get back to. Let's see here. I have another story, and this is an interesting one. I'm just trying to make sure I have time for everything. And I do. I should have time for everything. Okay. Now, this is an interesting story. To follow up that a story let me try starting that again. Following up on a story that I did a day or two ago about Disney World. Disney World has offered some discounts, and those discounts seem to be in response to Epic Universe opening, even though Disney would never admit such a thing. Well, perhaps in an ongoing response to Epic Universe opening, Disney is doing something that they have not done since the year 2019. Yes, it's been 6 years since Disney has done what I'm about to tell you that they are about to do, and that is open both of their currently operating water parks at the same time. Yes, this is out of that parkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't already. On the 1st of April, 2025, by M. Montanaro, Disney will open both water parks at the same time this summer amid Epic Universe pressure from Universal. For the first time since 2019. That is right. 6 years have gone by since this happened. It really was 2019. The last time this happened. For the first time since 2019, Walt Disney World will operate all 6 of its parks simultaneously this summer, including both water parks, Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. This move, effective from May 21st through September 7th, 2025, is already being interpreted as a strategic counter move to Universal Orlando's forthcoming mega expansion, Epic Universe. A return to full capacity, but why now? Yeah, I think we know. Since the 2020 park closures and the phased reopenings that followed, Disney has operated its water parks on a rotating basis, never having Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon open at the same time. While staffing and maintenance were the public reasons cited, insiders have long whispered about Disney's cost-saving measures behind the scenes. And there is the entrance and welcome to Typhoon Lagoon. But with Universal's Epic Universe scheduled to open in 2025 and dominating the conversations with its high-tech attractions, themed lands, immersive hotel experiences, Disney appears to be shifting gears. Having all 6 parks open at once isn't just about the guest experience. It's a show of force and an attempt to keep people within the Disney bubble. It's a declaration that Disney intends to defend its Central Florida crowd with every tool in its arsenal, even those that had been collecting dust for years. A tale of two water parks. Guests will be able to choose between Typhoon Lagoon, which opens May 1st and stays operational throughout the summer. It's known for its tropical theme and iconic wave pool, a family favorite that has historically been the more popular of the two water parks. Blizzard Beach, which will briefly close for seasonal maintenance from May 1st through the 20th before reopening on May 21st, originally opened in 1995. The ski resort themed water park just wrapped its 30th anniversary and will be fully refreshed for the summer crowd. This marks the first time since the global health crisis the families won't have to gamble on which park is open or settle for only one. Free water park access for resorts. This is another one of those perks that has perked up since talking about Epic Universe opening. One major perk quietly added to the mix: guests staying at Disney Resort hotels will now get complimentary access to a water park on their check-in day, even before they received their room keys. It's a benefit that gives visitors an extra day without requiring a separate water park ticket and may help boost occupancy at Disney-owned resorts. However, this move has been widely criticized as many resort guests don't arrive until midday when the parks have only a few hours until closing. And this is Blizzard Beach. In a summer likely to be packed with travel deals and fierce regional competition, that kind of add-on could sway undecided families weighing their options between Disney and Universal. The broader competitive picture, the timing of this all-out summer operation is no coincidence. Universal's Epic Universe is poised to be the biggest threat Disney has ever faced. With cutting-edge lands themed to Nintendo, How to Train Your Dragon, and the next iteration of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Universal is betting big on capturing the next generation of theme park fans. Disney, on the other hand, has faced criticism in recent years for stagnant development, prioritizing cost cutting, and leaning too heavily on nostalgia rather than innovation. Opening all 6 parks this summer may be an effort to counteract that narrative, one that says Disney is still a premium, full capacity experience worth the higher price tag. The bottom line: Disney has been on the defensive in recent years, but summer 2025 shows signs of a more aggressive, proactive Walt Disney World, a resort preparing to go toe-to-toe with Universal's biggest swing yet. Whether this return to full strength is a sign of things to come or simply a summer stunt remains to be seen, but for guests, it means more options, more splash, and for once in a while, more value. And that is a good thing for a guest if you are planning on going to Disney and choosing that over Universal. So it really depends on what you want to do. But if you do go to Universal, please note there are also 2 water parks available to you. That is Typhoon Lagoon, that is Universal's water park, as well as just down the street, a very short distance from Epic Universe, is Aquatica SeaWorld's water park. So there you have it. You got lots of water parks to choose from, and they're all kind of the same except for Volcano Bay, which is like outstanding in its field. So, yeah, what are you going to do this summer? Are you coming to Orlando? Are you going to go to Disney? Are the water parks? Does that even affect you? Let us know down below in the comments before you sign off here today. And yeah, we'll see what happens with Disney, with the water parks, with Universal, with all of that coming up. And let's see here. Trying to see if there's any PayPal super chats or any of those kind of things. I want to make sure that I haven't missed anything. So I'm just double checking everything real quick. Okay, no, I don't see anything yet. But if there's any gifties or anything like that that I miss in the chat, please let me know. We want to make sure that we celebrate everything that we should be celebrating today. And then now we are about to get to the final story, one that I would prefer not to do, but of course, needs to be done. I just got to find the right place for it yet. Oh, Definitely not a story that I want to cover. Well, don't know how that happened. And Aldo's Journal has a member milestone chat. I'm going to try only to go for one day to Walt Disney World. Will let me know if it's a day that I can go. I'll go with you. I can only go Monday through Friday on my pass, so just let me know when you're here, and I'll hang out with you, man. That would be really good. Let's do a little celebration for this member milestone chat, shall we? Dancing Culture Bear, a celebration that we love to put on the channel. I'm trying to see what Going Shogi said something back here. I can't find it. Oh, wait, there it is. Oh, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to share bathwater with 5,000 other people. Yeah, there are some things that sometimes go down at the water parks that we don't even like to discuss. But having been a lifeguard at Disney, I can tell you, you don't want to see the things that I have seen. Maybe that is members only live streams on the weekends, but man, oh man. Arlene Navo says, the way I always yes, every time the culture celebration appears on the screen. Hey, you can get more of those celebrations. All it takes is super chat, super thanks, super stickers, or gifted memberships, or yeah, you're already a member, so you're good. Anyway, yeah. I love to do more and more celebrations. Absolutely. Very, very distant. That's funny, sort of, Koopas. So yes, we got to put on the screen something I have to cover. And I don't want to cover it. I try to do it as best as I can when there is bad news.
I have news.
What type of news is it?
Well, to be perfectly frank, it's bad.
Maybe if you tell me the bad news in a good way, it won't sound so bad.
The bad news in a good way. Yes, I can do that. Well, here goes. Wait till you hear this.
Oh man. I don't think that there's unfortunately any really good way to tell this bad news. I wish there was. I really, really do wish there was. Val Kilmer, Top Gun and Batman star, with an intense approach, dies at age 65. Yeah, again, and I might create a whole totally different separate video for this one, because it's not just something I want to cover as a story, but it's really, really sad. He suffered from a lot of things. I think he had, like, was it throat cancer or something where, he couldn't speak and had issues there. Then he got over that. He apparently passed away from pneumonia, of all things, in Los Angeles, which is crazy. But this is out of the AP by Mark Kennedy and Andrew Dalton, updated at 10:30 a.m. this morning. Out of Los Angeles, Associated Press, Val Kilmer, the brooding, versatile actor who played fan favorite Iceman in Top Gun, donned a voluminous cape as Batman in Batman Forever, and portrayed Jim Morrison in The Doors, has died. He was 65, way, way too young, by the way, in my opinion, to go. Kilmer died Tuesday night in Los Angeles, surrounded by family and friends. His daughter, Mercedes Kilmer, said in an email to the Associated Press, Kilmer died from pneumonia. He had recovered after a 2014 throat cancer diagnosis that required 2 tracheotomies. The New York Times was the first to report his death. Kilmer, who at age 17 was the youngest actor ever accepted to the prestigious Juilliard School at the time he attended, experienced the ups and downs of fame more dramatically than most. This is out of the Val documentary. You'll see that here in a second. Val says, quote, I have behaved poorly. I have behaved bravely. I have behaved bizarrely to some. I deny none of this and have no regrets because I've lost and found parts of myself that I never knew existed. End quote. He said toward the end of Val, the 2021 documentary on his career, I am blessed. He said his break came in 1984's spy spoof Top Secret, followed by the comedy Real Genius in 1985, which is what I remember him from, which is hilarious. Kilmer would later show his comedy chops again in films including MacGruber and Kiss Kiss, Bang Bang. His movie career hit its zenith in the early 1990s as he made a name for himself as a dashing leading man, starring alongside Kurt Russell and Bill Paxton in 1993's Tombstone as Elvis's ghost in True Romance, and as a bank-robbing demolition expert in Michael Mann's 1995 film Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. While working with Val on Heat, I always marveled at the range, the brilliant variability within the powerful current of Val's possessing and expressing character, director Michael Mann said in a statement Tuesday night. Actor Josh Brolin, a friend of Kilmer, was among others paying tribute. You were smart, challenging, brave, uber creative, a firecracker, Brolin wrote on Instagram. There's not a lot left of those. Kilmer, who took part in the method branch of Suzuki Arts training, threw himself into parts. When he played Doc Holliday in Tombstone, he filled his bed with ice for the final scene to mimic the feeling of dying from tuberculosis. To play Morrison, he wore leather pants all the time, asked castmates and crew to only refer to him as Morrison, and blasted the Doors for a year. That intensity also gave Kilmer a reputation that he was difficult to work with, something he grudgingly agreed with later in his life, while always defending himself by emphasizing art over commerce. In an influencing attempt to empower directors, actors, and other collaborators to honor the truth and essence of each project, in an attempt to breathe Suzukian life into a myriad Hollywood moments, I had been deemed difficult and alienated the head of every major studio, he wrote in his 2020 memoir, I'm Your Huckleberry. One of his more iconic roles, hotshot pilot Tom Iceman Kazansky opposite Tom Cruise in 1986's Top Gun almost didn't happen. Kilmer was courted by director Tony Scott, but initially balked. I didn't want the part. I didn't care about the film. Story didn't interest me, he wrote in his memoir. He agreed after being promised that his role would improve from the initial script. He would reprise the role in the film's 2022 sequel, Top Gun Maverick. One career Nadir was playing Batman. Nadir, that was an interesting word to write. Let me read that again. One career Nadir was playing Batman in Joel Schumacher's goofy, garish Batman Forever 1995 with Nicole Kidman and Chris O'Donnell before George Clooney took up the mantle for 1997's Batman and Robin, after Michael Keaton played the Dark Knight in 1989's Batman and 1992's Batman Returns. The New York Times' Janet Maslin said Kilmer was hamstrung by the straight man aspects of the role, while Roger Ebert deadpanned that he was a completely acceptable substitute for Keaton. Kilmer, who was one and done as Batman, blamed much of his performance on the suit. When you're in it, you can barely move and people have to help you stand up and sit down, Kilmer said. And Val, in line spoken by his son Jack, who voiced the part of his father after Kilmer's ability to speak was impaired after cancer treatment. You also can't hear anything, and after a while, people stop talking to you. It's very isolating. It was a struggle for me to get a performance past the suit, and it was very frustrating until I realized that my role in the film was just to show up and stand where I was told to. So yeah, there are a number of other projects. The Saint that goes on, Lost Soul goes on to talk a lot about him. Again, I'll probably do just a completely separate video on him from this little tribute here in my live show. But yeah, we are definitely going to miss Val Kilmer for sure. In an age where people with very little talent and very loud mouths about the wrong things are being touted as icons when they haven't actually done anything that's made any money. And you guys know who I'm talking about. He was an actual icon. He was a great talent. Hard to work with because he was hardworking, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Definitely a Hollywood icon, lost and gone way too soon. That is Val Kilmer. Yes, he was in the movie that helped Robert Downey Jr.'s career. Everyone credits Iron Man for that, but it started with the noir, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That is true 100%. Great movie, by the way. Yeah. I thought Top Secret was a funny movie, and anyone trying to sneak into a fortress dressed in a cow suit. And my favorite, Real Genius. If you want a movie to watch it's gonna be an old 1980s movie to put you in a good mood, watch Real Genius. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking hilarious. I love the movie Real Genius. It's one of my go-to movies for putting me in a good mood when I'm not feeling all that great about things and about life and whatever. It's just a really good feel-good movie. You know what? I don't know. It's possible, probably. I don't know much about that movie other than that a friend of mine was a stunt double for Alicia Silverstone in that movie. So that movie, unfortunately, the Batman and Robin movie, which I like, is funny camp. I don't, but you can't take Batman seriously in that movie because the whole thing is just so, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, like man, or what was that credit card? The Batman Express, Never Leave Home Without Her. So, I mean, they did horrible jokes in that movie. I mean, just horrible. But Aldo's Journal, we want to congratulate you for 1 month of membership and continue on with that membership. Thank you so much. We're gonna celebrate that real quick with let's do another Culture Bear, shall we? Well, thank you guys so much for being here again on the Daily Dish. We should do another show tomorrow. This is Wednesday, right? This is our hump day. So we've got Thursday and Friday. I might be live in the park on Friday. I'm not really sure what the plans are for the rest of this week. However, please do keep an eye on the channel. And when the individual videos start coming out, because the goal is a minimum of one a day, hopefully by the end of this month, I might even be able to get up to where I can do more than one a day. Please do support those, check them out, watch them all the way through, leave comments, like the videos. All of that support helps, and the engagement with the channel helps so much. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to send you over to the Culture Casino. Let them know that you're rating in from Follow the Bradleys Fun. And until next time, we will see ya real soon. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Ciao.